Walk Like an Egyptian is also a terrible song. And that reminds me of Dr. Robert, and I think that's why that I think that.
Man, welcome, guys. I was going to say that's a perfect place to start because I was going to say, right before we started recording, Derek made a point that I was like, ooh, we should start with that because that's actually interesting. When you look at, first of all, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
Thanks
also,
Patreon.
Yep,
Patreon. You're right.
Patreon. We got to
You
mention
know what?
Patreon.
You know what? We're going to talk about here in a second. We're going to talk about, so I don't forget it. I want to say it out loud.
Okay.
About how Derek said something really smart. What kind of smart? It was like quasi-intelligent.
It was
just
definitely not smart.
About
it wasn't smart.
a bad Beatles song, like the
I'm
term
sure some
alone,
people would
like,
disagree.
Sure, yeah. For the average person out there that like enjoys the music of the Beatles, and I'm gonna say the average person because most people I know like the Beatles, you know.
Yeah.
So like at least to a degree of like, oh, I like
yeah.
this era or I like this album, something. But anyway, we're gonna get back to that. Patreon. Hey, there's some guys that show some.
Listen, we got a lot of real
guys
estate
and
on
gals that are already part of the cult right there with us.
Yep.
On our Patreon page, and they get extra stuff. I'm just
Don't we all just want extra stuff?
I'm just gonna put it out there. They get extra stuff.
They do get extra.
That doesn't happen in these regular episodes. They also get extra episodes and then some behind the scenes stuff and like a bunch of other stuff that we have like coming down the pipeline. Also access to merchandise first.
Merchandising.
I know it's crazy, but they get access to that stuff before, everybody.
It is crazy.
And that's cool.
It's crazy, guys.
That is really crazy because
crazy.
Dude, we sell stuff out just like.
We haven't sold anything yet, though. We don't have anything on there yet.
Not right now. Oh, but dude, in the past, the Sharing Needles with Friends classic shirts sold.
Oh yeah, those went quick.
Just go ahead and take my money.
I think they say like hotcakes. Is that a thing?
Like hotcakes is a way to put it.
I want to know
that's the dumb way to say it. You
time
could
period
say like hotcakes.
That hotcakes were such a high commodity.
I don't know
that they would sell out before
you could even get like.
I'm trying to think if
in
there's
the
another
mornings,
way that could mean.
I mean, I love breakfast foods. We'll get that out of the way. Love breakfast foods.
You could say it's selling like breakfast.
It's selling like breakfast.
Mm-hmm. That's the new way to do
Shaking like
it.
bacon. Yeah, I don't know,
No,
man. I was thinking about something with bacon. Anyway,
You're trying too hard now.
I was trying too hard. SNWF cult. You go patreon.com/SNWF cult.
Yes.
That's where you find our Patreon, and there's a couple different tiers. And you choose your own destiny right there.
Yeah, so like choose your own adventure, and basically the adventure is how much money you're willing to part with at a given time.
Right.
It's kind of like the same adventure we go through every day in life.
We do live that.
It's like a microcosm of that.
Yep.
So it's sort of like
we are one of life's microtransactions.
It's like being.
You want a little bit more of this stuff? Okay, like cool. Microtransaction. When you're playing a game, for 99 cents, you can get 5 more tries.
Well, it's like the other day. What were we talking about when I said that there was something I brought up that I wanted to do, and you were like, "No way, that would be even more of a microtransaction."
It would be. You wanted to speed up the rendering process for video editors when you're exporting a long timeline, like an hour and a half long program. It takes forever. If you're not a video editor and you don't know, exporting takes
a long time.
When you've got multiple cameras, 4 cameras going, all of them are exporting for the final master. It takes a long time.
Like if each month, like you could pay a subscription service, that would give you like a cheat code kind of access to like speed export. Maybe you're like, I get 5 speed exports a month.
Now we're talking about like,
but we got to make the technology first. It's got to get there to where you can even do that. But I would just settle for
microtransactions, bro. It's life microtransactions.
Well, but everything is microtransactional.
I know that's true. It really is.
Like we're just trying to like the more and more. I mean, the more and more we automate things,
right?
We have to be more microtransactional because we're having to fill the time, and we still need to make a living.
I mean, absolutely. Still gotta put food on the table.
Yeah, there's always more jobs to be made. I think.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Yeah, there's always jobs to be made.
Yeah, it's the same way that you can't ever go to zero on anything. You can't ever have anything. Like infinity.
See.
You can't ever get down to zero. It's because everything can be divided into half.
That part
If you have,
I can't wrap my head
if you have
fully around that
0.1,
part. Can't.
You just keep adding zeros in front of the 1, but after the decimal.
Or you just don't.
To infinity.
Or you just don't do it.
And beyond.
Or you just don't. Or you watch Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I wanted to talk about. So we got it out of the way with the. I'm glad you said that. Thank you.
Said what? What did I say?
You just said infinity and beyond. Which brings me to the topic. Thank you. Because it brought something to the front of my brain, like in the smartest part.
To your third eye. You're pointing to your third eye. Right,
hey, we talked about this the other day, and we're gonna have a deeper discussion with our buddy Jarius, who will be on the show at some point. We got ads of the way. Check it out. sharingneedleswithfriends.com. Also, if you don't want to go to the Patreon, if you just want to go to our website, you can do that too.
That's also where you can upload videos to us that we can put on here, and then you can talk to us and all those things. That way. sharingneedleswithfriends.com.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So anyway, as I was saying. Because I just forgot what I was
Sorry, I interrupt you by informing the audience
I know,
of a crucial part of our livelihood.
I know. I guess it's important to get ads out of the way, and at least we're not doing ads for yet. I'll do ads for anything, honestly. Like I would do ads for those.
We had an ad last week, but it was a secret subliminal ad that
it wasn't even meant to be an ad. It was just a thing that happened on the show, but it kind of was an ad.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The co-star thing.
Oh, I was talking about Cosmic Sands.
Oh man, that did play at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should have said it.
They can hear it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine to know about it.
Okay. Just Cosmic Sands. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to say too much about it.
Right. It's an organization that if you know enough, you know enough. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
We're going to have Jarius in at some point.
We might talk about it a little bit more.
But he brought up a topic.
Where are you going right now?
You said to infinity and beyond. And what bothered me was when the new Buzz Lightyear came out. There was a whole lot of negative press.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene in it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the scene, but the scene exists in the film where I think for a second, two girls kiss.
Yeah.
Right?
I think.
But people freaked out about it.
Did
right? No. The media made it seem as though people freaked out about it. That's also.
I mean, I know
that comes into play sometimes too.
I know
is
people,
the media pushing that too?
I know people that would get upset about it. Growing up where we grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just saying, sometimes I wonder if it's more of a, hey, let's give them something to talk about.
I'll give them something to talk
like Bonnie
about.
Raitt might say.
Yeah, maybe so. But that's to me.
Yes,
that's what it looked like to me. It was okay. First of all, I'd like to believe that they wrote it into the film because it was just organically written into the film, and that's just how it happened. But a lot of people say it's propaganda, and it's
propaganda for
because
what? Love?
Because they're trying to make everyone
love propaganda.
No, because they're trying to make everyone socially accept the fact that it exists, that women. They're trying to show that they're for it, and they're trying to normalize all of these movements and stuff. Just recently, there's a black Ariel. Okay.
A what?
The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Is now going to be black.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I said when I heard the first time that someone said the words to me. Oh man, in the new Little Mermaid, Ariel is black. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
But then there's people right now that are just so savagely upset. Well, you're ruining the original. The original animation?
No, I think it's being stirred up, man. It's weird. Who?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know exactly what you're talking about.
This has been a thing in the news that I've seen.
I don't watch very much news.
I don't watch the news a lot either.
But nobody in my day-to-day life is making a point about it.
Right.
I'm sure someone is. I'm sure someone's making a point about it. But why should you care? Why should anybody care about it? But I do think it's used as a tool to separate people as well when the media posts things about the dissension.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's okay, Ariel's black now for the new one.
Yeah.
That's fine. I have no problem. Like, again, you know, and I said this to Jarius the other day, remake all the Disney characters and remake an entire, like, redo all of them. I don't care. Like, that's fine. But also, like he said, but then that's using the culture against itself, basically.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
Then it starts like, while I don't care how they do it, like they could continue making remakes of old films and remaking them as a black character instead of a white character. I don't care.
No,
but like he said,
why should any? But
like
I think the thing is, like,
using it as a prop to like push the agenda.
Oh yeah.
And so like that's where I saw his side, because at first I was like, I don't care. They can remake the whole Disney collection.
I think a little bit of everything is always happening.
Exactly.
That's how I go about any kind of issue. I'm like, the things I think probably a little bit of that all across the board.
A lot of column A and B and C, D, E. It goes on because no one's ever going to agree.
I hope this is just like a stage in the evolutionary,
because it's new to us,
era of humanity, that it will eventually die off. That people would even care about like think that
gender,
that, like, why would you ever think that was a bad
color,
thing? Like even if you kind of don't like it, like why would it be an issue for you? Like what makes that the forefront of your mind, the thing that you want to go
is the thing, like
you want to go shouting off the rooftops about? Like, why is that your thing?
That's your hot button topic? Is a cartoon character?
It's like either you don't have enough,
either kisses a female cartoon character. Yeah, seriously.
Or
I think it's a matter of that. They don't have enough to worry about, so they have to create a issue.
People caught in the, like, I mean, people just caught in the spin cycle sometimes, you know? Like, I think there's this like spin cycle of humanity that just everything gets sucked in, and then
true.
And sometimes you're lucky enough to sort of get spit out a little bit, and you're like, oh shit, that was a fucking. I
like the other side of this.
I don't know why I was in that for so long.
I like the other side. I like being free of this. Okay.
Why was I in this thing? Why did I think the things that?
Because we have human brains. Because we have human brains. But you said something with your human brain earlier, to move topics a little bit, because that was heavy, and I didn't mean to get heavy, but like, I hate it. I hate when people blow stuff like that up, and it's so dumb.
It feels like it's like a manufactured thing too. It's like it feels
like exactly. It doesn't feel like.
Does anybody want to have it? Does anybody really want to argue about this?
No.
Like, or are you making us?
Because again, you know, amongst at least, you know, our circles and our friends and stuff, like, we don't.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come up. It's not a thing. It's like
celebrate other cultures for once. Let's hey, just for once, let's not make everything white.
Whoa,
that's a novel idea. Let's
wait, whoa, hold on.
Use a different let's use a different brush on this one.
We already gave women's rights here, guys. Hey, come on, what are you doing, man?
No,
we already gave women rights. That's what people. That's there's a people.
I hope
majority.
that gets sampled of you saying that, and someone takes it for real. Like maybe that what would get us to like shoot off like a rocket. Is like someone taking that sound clip.
I said that as there are people that say shit.
Watch Gene Priest from Sharing Needles of Friends podcast. Totally talking bad about women.
I love women. They can.
Not what this sample that I'm about to make says.
They like. I would like. Yes, I'd stay at home always.
Yeah.
Like support. I'm in a big support.
Well, that just sounds like you want to be
women.
Lazy.
No. I'm in big support of like being a homemaker as a guy and letting a woman bring home that cheddar. Like, I'm fine with that.
Are you making a bit about women? Is that what you're doing?
No. But I'm saying I'm okay with it. Like, as a guy, I'd be fine with it. You know, there's a lot of guys that are like, I got to work for it. I would work. I would do creative things. Like, I would still be productive.
You're tripping over your words. I think you're caught.
I wouldn't sit and watch, like,
I think this is like
TV all day.
To Catch a Predator.
Like, ooh.
Wait, that's a bad analogy.
That's like Chris Hansen. Do you know who I am, son? It was really funny that he just said that, because I watched. It's been so long since I've seen those, but have you guys seen To Catch a Predator before? Because I watched one the other day again.
Oh, gosh.
It came up on my YouTube.
It's so...
And I forgot how funny it was, but the guy like walks in, you know, and he's got his beer and he's got his pizza.
Oh, it's so hard to watch.
And he sits down, you know, and the girl's like on the other side of the table, and she's obviously like not 13. she's not even the picture that he saw earlier. And he knows this already. He just traveled 4 hours to like be with like her this night. It's weird. And he had pizza, right? And she like stays behind the table, and it's like, could you imagine? First of all, could you imagine the actresses in those positions? Like, this guy drove 4 hours to come see you.
Yeah, like, and he thinks that you're 13.
And he thinks you're 13, and he's about to dive in. Like, he's about to jump on the prey, right? Like, in reality, it's gross. It's gross, but yes, it's gross. But then, and then she says, hold on a second, I got to run to the back. And she runs to the back.
Yeah.
And he's like standing there, he's like looking around the house. They always do that.
Yeah. Let me check this place out, man.
Next thing you know, from the side door, hi, would you like some pizza? Chris Hansen comes in with the most like badass, like, hi, I saw you brought pizza. Would you like a slice? Would you like to go ahead and have a seat? Who are you?
I think I saw something with Theo Von the other day that was calling out Chris Hansen.
Really?
I think Theo Von had him on his show, and then when he was there, he tried to. They got him a hotel room, and he tried to put like $700 worth of extra stuff on the hotel room. Ooh. That's what I saw, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say if that's true or not because they make up so much.
That's true. That's true. That the reactions are the best though, because the guy sat down and he started eating pizza, dude, and he started eating the pizza. He sat down and he offered then to Chris Hansen. He said, "You want some pizza?" And he's like, "No, I'm fine." You know, with his just very like he is so like, "Do you know who I am?" And the other thing I noticed. You know when Chris Hansen comes out and then like 12 cameras come out of like every single other room? It never cuts to another camera. Who are these people and why were they filming it?
You're getting too loud. You're amping. You're getting amped up. I think you're about to explode. I don't know who those people are.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? Like I noticed it in this video because like 3 people came out from behind Chris Hansen with cameras and it never cut angles and I was like,
what? Yeah, I don't remember.
Weird.
I haven't seen one of those in so long. I don't remember.
My God,
I don't remember the inner workings.
We're gonna have to pull it up and like watch it.
Yeah.
Just so you can see the one that I saw the other day that made me just like, oh.
Isn't it kind of weird though? You think back and like there was a show that would come on every once in a while about catching child predators
where they'd lure them there.
It was like also entertainment.
Oh yeah, it was. I loved it because when they always knew they were getting. They knew right then once it was Chris Hansen. They all knew who it was, even though they'd be like, "No, I don't know who it is."
Yeah.
Sometimes they'd be like, "Can I go?"
That's a weird era.
Are there
in
cops
television.
waiting outside? It was a weird era in television because it was also like the time that like Pimp My Ride was a thing, which was a crazy show that made no sense.
No, that didn't make
Wife
any
Swap.
sense. Wife Swap was one of the weirdest things that I'd ever.
Did you ever watch Wife Swap?
What a concept!
Could you imagine? Like,
that's why I get
like in every way. That's no.
I think that's why I get behind the thought that none of those are real.
Right?
None of the shows are real.
So I recently watched Wife Swap on TV because it was on Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
And I've
like an old one or
old. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say they don't still make it, right?
No. I don't think they. No, okay. I definitely don't think they can still make that because it was weird.
Yeah, that was a super weird.
It was a strange show.
It was a super weird show.
So I was done watching 90 Day Fiance stories because now the single life's back. So it's like following some of the people who are single now again from the original timeline of the 90 Day Fiance. So it's like it's a universe now. There's a 90 Day Fiance is the show, and then there's also the other way around, right? Which is where they go to the other country. And the regular version is where they're trying to come here to America and get their visa to be together.
Going to tell you, you can.
And then it goes down rabbit holes.
You can address them instead of me. For some reason, anytime you talk about 90 Day Fiance,
so good.
I can't make myself care. So I barely understand what's going on.
I barely. I
don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I want to know about it.
Yeah,
I want to know.
You want to know about it, but you also at the same
But it's
time,
like I can't retain it.
Don't care at all. There's so many of them though.
That's
what I'm saying. It's
like
a whole
I do
thing
care
now
because you care.
I care because you care. Thank you.
But my body can't retain the knowledge because I'm thinking.
You haven't watched the stories and like taken the journey. The pandemic was a hard time. Let's just like address that. Like the pandemic was hard on everyone. We all found new vices. 90 Day Fiance just happened to be one of those things.
Yeah.
That whilst bored one Saturday, we thought, what is this? Oh, this looks like it could be fun. oh my God, this is real. And there's 11 seasons of it at that point, and like so like binge watched all that and then like got into the new stuff, and then there's like spinoffs. Dude, it's crazy now.
It's not real.
But the Discovery Network has like lots of throwback stuff, and the wife swap. The fact that that was a show, dude.
Yeah.
There was like an older, like an old school, like I think he was like probably in his late 60s, early 70s, old school dude, like liked to live with candlelight and no electricity, but he wasn't like religious that way. He was like, he cut back.
Minimalist.
He was a minimalist.
Extreme minimalist.
Extreme. Okay. The wife they paired with him, came from a family where she was basically like a kept woman. Like the husband was a lawyer or something and made tons of money. She had everything.
Yeah, that's why they do it though.
And so it was also a wife who comes from like this minimalist, like hippie, like loves earth and like you can get so much just from like going out and about, to this guy who like only ever knows like paying for things that he wants, like when he wants it. And it's like, this show was it couldn't be made now. Like I don't think that, I mean, I guess it could still be because it wasn't that long ago.
Think
but
about
also,
the name wife swap.
That's the thing.
How like sexist does that sound?
Right. Yeah.
Like all these people swapping their wives.
Yeah. And,
like there's some kind of commodity.
But I guess for me, it's more so.
They definitely couldn't call it wife swap.
Hey, who are the people?
They have to call it like partner switcheroo or something.
Partner switcheroo. It's more fun.
It is more fun.
Who are the people that say, hey, me and my wife really want to like try another husband and wife that are completely opposite on TV, obviously.
Hey,
how is that even?
Pair me with my complete opposite for a week.
Please do that. Yeah, like no, I mean, I get why people submit to like the Real World and stuff like that and want to be like as a part of something like those shows.
I don't get it either.
Okay, on a base level I do because I used to want to do it. So there's that. That's why I know Theo Vaughn. That's why I know Theo Vaughn, because back in the day I was a big fan of Real World Road Rules Challenge, and Theo came from the ranks of the Road Rules, and Theo Vaughn's now amazing comedian. But he started on.
Yeah, that's wild. I never could do that. I never could do those shows. I don't know why.
Like you didn't enjoy watching the reality style?
No.
Did you watch stuff like Fear Factor? Did you like that?
Fear Factor was pretty good.
Fear Factor was.
I liked Fear Factor.
Always amazing.
Yeah, that's just because people did stupid stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's the same reason I liked like Jackass, you know. But like when it's like
that's true.
When it's like, let's show these college co-eds wilding out and partying and doing it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I guess I don't know. It just
wasn't your thing.
I didn't care.
Come on, be my baby tonight.
Oh God, yeah, I remember you showed me that.
Come on, be my baby tonight. That guy.
What was his name?
David, from The Real World, New Orleans. Best voice. Oh my God, I've never liked scatting. Hate it.
Come on,
but he had
"Come On Be My Baby Tonight." That was his song, right?
That was his only song. Pretty sure because we looked it up not long ago because I rediscovered that old version because it came on a commercial on MTV2.
It sounded like he just started making up words to the tune of "Luck Be a Lady Tonight."
But he said
that's obviously what that is, though, right?
They were doing it for a confessional thing, like where they're supposed to tell about themselves, and he said anyone that hears that, they pick up on the soul. They know what I'm saying. So hard.
Oh yeah,
it was so hard. It was so bad.
He's the guy that would use like.
They were all like, they were going in there and saying,
"Hi,
my name is blah 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 blah," and they had to like talk about themselves. But he was like, he made it a music video basically with him and his keyboard, and he played it, and like they said, "But you're just scatting and singing the same thing," and he said, "Yeah, but that's how I talk. That's how I speak. And if you listen to it, and if you get it, you understand it." And it's so good because like. He even knew, and he was totally playing it up. He knew they wanted him to go in there and just say, "Hi, I'm David, and I do this." But he was like, "I'm not going to do that. That is so lame." And he took it as an opportunity to make this music video, which was kind of brilliant. Looking back on it, it's like, that's nice.
I would say that's nice. What he did was just as lame, but at least it was different.
It was different, and it slapped. Different.
Yeah.
Like looking back on it now, I can stay.
It's like everybody goes in there.
Slaps like.
I don't know. I hate seeing people fighting and bickering all the time.
Oh, that's true.
And that's all those shows are.
That's true. That is mainly
it's like, why do I want to watch this argument?
Yeah, and that's even 90 Day, which is supposed to be like a show about love, finding, like, it's all fight, it's all drama. That's the whole, like, that's the...
Finding love, yeah, okay.
Right, they're finding love and always fighting.
That's what it is. It's finding love.
What else would it be?
Nothing.
What else would it be?
Nothing at all is what it is.
Nothing
It's
at
a
all.
void of all humanity and decency.
You know what's not?
What?
Some of that AI bullshit you were telling me about the other day?
Oh, yeah, that shit's crazy.
Let Derek catch you up real quick. And
well, I don't know that Derek can catch you up, really, because
no.
I'm still in the learning phases.
Me too. But is this fascinating?
So Google has created multiple AIs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And one is called LaMDA.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a question to whether or not the AI has become sentient, because it says basically that it is, and it's performing things that would suggest consciousness.
And there's a guy at Google who's like defending the AI.
I don't know if that guy was still at Google or if he was let go because of...
I think he's left since, but he's defending it.
Yeah.
As a person. He's defending it as a person.
All I'm saying...
And this is where I say...
What are those antics?
What? I was looking around the room for anyone that could explain to me what any...
there's no one in here.
There's no one in here, but no one could even also explain to me, because I watched countless other YouTube videos after we watched this, because Derek told me about it the other day, and I was like, wait, what? When he mentioned it, I was like, what? I haven't heard of this. And he was like, oh, dude, it's been going on. I've been following it. I was like, I need a lot of it right now.
I don't know.
You can't create sentience.
Oh, tell me why.
Because the reason it's called AI, what that stands for is artificial intelligence. Fake. It's computer.
Oh,
it's
so the
computer.
word... someone put the word on it, though. This wouldn't be the same thing. If it's sentient, it wouldn't be artificial intelligence.
Because...
I want you to tell me why.
It can't be sentient because it is a computer.
I want you to tell me why it can't be sentient.
This can't be sentient because it is a device that operates as I ask it to work. Without my input, it is just reading in the background and thinking, like, it's not dead right now, obviously. It's just, it's processing, but it's a computer still. It's not a living... Yes, it's listening because that's just what Google and Apple are doing. We already know you've said something around a phone to a friend at least once or thrice, and all of a sudden you're getting served ads on Instagram the next time you open it for exactly what you were talking about was the first time you ever maybe said it. Ever. Like, this is happening all of us.
So you're of the...
You can't create sentience.
Okay, well...
Science says...
I don't know whether you can or not.
Science says you cannot
Science...
create...
Well, don't use...
Well, okay.
Science is saying otherwise as well. So,
that's true. There's that side of it.
I'm not saying that there is sentience to AI, but I'm definitely saying, like, why don't we question it and study it? And Google is putting things into the programming that would not even allow it to become, to
acknowledge
or say that it would be. So the reason is, okay, if I can remember correctly, the reasoning why this guy wanted to start more question about it is because it was asking stuff about religion and stuff.
He asked at some point, who was God, right? Was that the question?
No, I think he asked, like, who... He was going through and asking, like, okay, if I lived in Peru, what would my religion most likely be?
Yeah.
And it would be able to respond back with the most popular religion within that territory. And he asked something about a certain place that he knew it was a trick question because there was no answer to the question. So he asked it about what religion would you be there? And it said some joke to the effect of, why would be the one true religion, the
Jedi.
religion of the Jedis, and like made a joke out of it, and knowing that it. But I think it has also claimed to be sentient.
It has. When asked if it was alive, it said yes.
Yeah.
It has replied that it is a person.
Right.
But it was programmed.
It wasn't programmed
to
say that.
At one point in time, let's cut the bullshit and say, okay, amongst everyone that works at Google of all time, no one ever got in there and made some code somewhere that bypassed something that said that it could never say that it was.
The fact that they're so stringent against testing it in the first place makes me want to test it even more, though.
Well, yeah. But I don't. Do I believe it? No. Do you believe it? Do you believe, LaMDA, that it's human?
I don't know.
That it is a person?
A human person? No, it's not a human person because
it
not
has
physical.
Sentience, which means
but do I think that
soul and
do I think that I mean what
soul.
are we? What are we? We're just bags of flesh that
have been here for
so what is this
years,
then?
So why is that crazy?
What if we sort of consciousness had to have formed in humanity at some point? You know what became what was
like
animal?
What we were talking earlier. What was the year? When did BC start? Now, trick question, because I know, because I'm smart, there's no real answer. The time started infinitely ago.
Yeah.
Is the way that I'm going to say it. Infinitely ago time started. So I know there's not a real start date, but I even tried to Google and it
I think it goes back to like documented things of like 753 BC or something.
753, was that the earliest?
I was trying to find the first documented
but
BC. I really think I've seen 800 BC somewhere before. I don't know.
I was trying to figure out how far BC was.
So at some point,
written.
We were amoebas. I don't, and then at some point we gained consciousness and gained self, soul, whatever we want to call it. Maybe we have these antennas within the middle
of how he explained it.
But also, you can think of that religiously as well. Like,
we started amphibious.
It's like you could look at it like
through evolution.
Yeah, but I think also evolution is God. Like, it's like a slow process. Like we see the slow process of something and call it something.
Yeah, but I mean,
but I still don't think that takes away from the mystical idea of
not at all,
because it seems like an intelligently created place to me. So that's why I believe in something bigger out there. Anyways, sidetrack, just to say, we became vehicles for sentience. So why couldn't this more abstract thing become a vehicle for sentience?
Okay.
We already believe, especially religious people, believe in an afterlife that comes after this.
Right.
So we go on to some different level of humanity. And what if that is on some different frequency of whatever energy this whole freaking earth is spinning on? You know what I'm talking about? Does that make any sense at all?
I know what you're talking about, and it does make sense.
I'm just saying,
to the average listener that doesn't
ever
love this stuff as much as we do, I don't know.
Why would we ever cancel an idea out? Just if we don't ask the question, then obviously it's like Schrodinger's cat. Is the cat in the box alive or dead? Well, you don't know. It's both if you don't open the box.
What do you think? What do you think about that? There's a cat in a box.
Mm-hmm.
At this very moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's in front of you and it's closed. Is that cat dead or alive?
Yes. Whichever I want it to be.
But you don't know. Because
neither do you.
You could open it and it could be, but I could have put the cat there. I'm Schrodinger and I put the cat in the box. And
but you don't know.
I know one of two answers. I know whether it's dead or whether it's not. How can you be right either way?
If you put it in there alive, it could be dead by the time I answered.
But if I just put it in there alive and I know...
You don't know. You don't know what could have happened.
Still alive. I just look. It's still alive.
But do you know 100%?
Right now it is.
You don't know that, though.
It's still alive.
Now you know because you checked.
Right.
And then you shut it back and now you have no idea.
But I do know. It's still...
But you don't know.
It's still alive.
But you don't know. You've got a really good guess that it is. You've got...
It's alive.
You've got almost...
It's alive. It's
almost certainty.
Yeah.
Almost certainty, but you're not certain.
Man.
There's almost certainty in it. Yeah.
So there's almost certainty that maybe LaMDA could be forming sentience for real. Do you think?
Yeah.
That's crazy because...
Like, what do we call sentience, though? No one even knows what to... Like, how do we define it? Like, everybody's going to have a different definition of what, like, a conscious being would be.
So I was reading...
Like, if it thinks it's real, is it real?
Superintelligent, which was suggested
Well, that's what about all this stuff is.
Yeah.
That's what this stuff is all about. Well, I said that like Yoda just then.
This... Yeah.
Is what this is about.
Is what this is about. Okay.
I'm getting excited about LaMDA, so I'm getting all amped up.
It's so interesting, but also I start to think of how AI could be used, not used, could become bad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We've all seen Terminator 2, the greatest film of all time, and we know how that ends.
Yeah.
And begins all the rest of the things to come.
Right. Skynet.
AI.
Is it Skynet? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
And it was AI that got out of control and was started for good reason. Out of control. Things a lot of times start for a good reason, out of control.
I'm going to go ahead and let you in on something that's going to be shocking.
But brace myself.
Every new discovery from here on out will probably have the ability to either bless or destroy us.
That's true.
I mean, think about...
Most likely destroy us.
Where do you go from here?
We are now getting closer to... What is it? Every civilization prior to us has lasted 250 years. Every large, like...
Yeah.
So...
Feels like it's going toward this like universal singularity of like everything's opening up.
I feel like we are like slightly coming into this wormhole.
Yeah.
It's going to take us into a different time and place altogether.
Yeah, maybe we're about to spin full around on the wheel, come back and start over.
Which is really scary. But with things going through the wormhole, let's talk about something real weird. Did you know? No, you had headphones on when I discovered this earlier because I was yelling about it and you didn't hear a word of it. So now I get to say it fresh on the podcast and you don't know.
Okay.
You know the hot goss between Giselle and Tom Brady.
They're married?
But they're getting divorced.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There are now Vegas odds. Ranked 12-1 that Giselle will next go for.
Pete Davidson? Are you serious? Did I guess it? That was a complete joke.
That was crazy. My boy Pete's just sweeping up. All the women that like when we were 18, when we were young, we were like, yeah, she's hot. He's dated so many women that are like just 5-6 years older than us that we grew up thinking like,
wow,
man, he has been through. Pete Davidson has dated a lot of women.
I never knew Giselle when I was 18. I only knew her because
But I'm just saying
Brady.
that she's the right age demographic for Pete to just like, obviously Vegas knows some things.
He
My boy Pete knows something.
He knows something. I don't
And
know.
I don't know, love him, hate him. Pete Davidson is
He's
the
funny.
dude. He's amazing.
Yeah. What was that show, that movie that he just had?
Bodies. Just finished watching. Couldn't recommend it higher.
I need to watch that still. I started it, but I fell asleep. I was talking about the one that came out on Hulu.
Oh.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember the name of it, though.
The more dramatic.
It was a good story, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a good story. So was his movie, King of Staten Island.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. There's also another movie though that's more heartfelt where he kind of bonds and takes on like as a mentor role.
Oh,
yeah. And it looked really touching, and I was like, oh man, that looks really sweet. And I love Pete Davidson. With
real sweet.
Everything.
It looks real sweet.
But he has, what is it?
What
is Pete Davidson like? And I'm gonna get it out of the way by saying I believe Pete is hilarious. I think he is a funny guy, so I know that the humor has to be a big part of it. What?
Confidence.
Okay.
Okay. 40-inch dong.
Okay. See, I was wondering if that was what you were gonna say, and
more so probably confidence.
It has.
I think I just spit on you when I said that.
You did.
You don't know that.
You did.
He's also yeah, I think he's just super confident. You just look at him like
he dated Cassie David, who is Larry David's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Which that's age appropriate. Ariana Grande, she was pretty young.
Yeah.
Huge. Superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Kate
Beckinsale.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale. He dated Kate Beckinsale?
Again.
Wow.
When we were 18, the chicks that we were like, oh, she's so hot. Kate Beckinsale. Yeah. Let's see. He's dated a lot of people.
Mary Lou Renner.
Mary Lou Renner? Kim Kardashian?
Wasn't she like a gymnast from the 80s when we were
She was a gymnast.
Okay.
But yeah, Giselle right now has it's 12-1. I think Vegas is betting on it.
That's so stupid. That's
so
dumb.
Vegas is. There is a thing that if you go online and look it up, you can find where you can
imagine
put money
if you
towards...
lived by betting on the lives of others. Like, imagine if that was your living, is by betting on other people's lives. That's the saddest thing I've ever thought of. How disgustingly sad is that?
That was what made me... That was what, like... 12-1 odds on she's going to date Pete.
If you do that, stop doing that.
Whoa, they're putting...
That is sad.
They're putting bets on she's going to date him next. 12-1. Like, there's a bunch of people on the list. Like, the list goes on, of course, and people have, like, 100-1.
This is like...
Like, it's crazy.
It's like...
But it's something...
It's like Squid Game.
Yeah.
This is like Squid Game.
What are you voting?
Like, I wonder if there's, like, people that actually are, like, making the money off of this, like, cheating the system.
I mean,
like,
yes, someone knows something somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, Pete, we got you dating.
It's gotta be
next
scheduled.
week. You start dating them after they have the divorce and everything. You start dating them, and then we'll do this. And
I'll bet you it's scheduled.
It's scheduled. It's like a
sitcom. It's just, it airs whenever they decide.
It is a sitcom.
We need to change up. We don't like you dating Kim Kardashian anymore, so let's have you stop dating her.
That was a sitcom
and
too.
Put you with
he needs a new
Kardashians.
Sitcom. The news is a sitcom sometime.
Yeah, I hate that show.
It's like, here's the weather, and let's check in on what wacky happenings are going on with Pete Davidson. Who's he dating now?
There's no telling though.
Yeah.
From any given moment, there's no telling who he could be dating.
He can date whoever he wants to. Why do we need to hear about it?
We don't. But I've got some misconnections that we
snap.
Definitely want to hear about. And I know that you guys probably also want to hear all about the misconnections that happen.
Look at this giant bruise right here. Can you see this?
Whoa, that is a...
I don't know how I did that.
Man, you hurt yourself.
I think I did it when we were carrying that kitchen table the other day.
Oh, that looks... Oh.
Yeah.
Did it fall on it?
I don't know. Maybe.
That looks rough, dude.
It looks like I've got color in this tattoo now.
It does, and it's a black and white tattoo.
Yeah.
It's a black and gray tattoo, yeah. Rami
Oh my
Hulu.
gosh, Rami's so good.
I just want to say, if you watch...
New season's amazing.
Hulu, there's a series on it called Rami,
Mm-hmm.
and if you've never seen it...
Rami is
do
fantastic.
yourself a favor.
It's my favorite show, probably. I love it so much.
There's makes
3
you
seasons,
feel...
right? 3 seasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes you feel things that, like... Well, first of all, that you don't feel in normal television shows.
Yeah,
as
it
far
puts
as
you
like
in a
feelings
place.
that you feel that you've had before.
Yeah.
Of either embarrassment or cringe or like... Because the show can make you like.
Yeah,
there are times where I'm like, Rami, shut up.
It's like
Rami,
a heartfelt Curb Your
Stop.
Enthusiasm almost, between that balance of like, oh, this is making me. I'm
means
so
well,
uncomfortable
but-
because it's cringe, but also like,
That's a good way
I
to put
feel
it.
really strongly about what's happening right now, and it's making me cry.
Really good similarity. It is and also I have found in this season, if you've seen the HBO show High Maintenance, which is also
That's also fantastic.
brilliant. It follows that narrative where it's starting to follow like Rami Rami's immediate family. I was thinking family and Rami at the same time.
Yeah.
Rami's immediate family.
Family.
It follows them each episode into different directions, which then like
they did that some in the past, but this season is way more.
Like you said, Atlanta.
Spread it out.
It's very done. It's done like Atlanta, where it takes each episode might focus on everyone, and then one episode might completely focus on like one person.
Yeah, everyone is equally important in the story.
Yeah,
like it's all.
It's beautiful.
It's beautifully done.
It's one of those shows that makes me remember that for a while I thought good television was done.
Yeah,
like there were no good TV shows. Like just.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like it had been some years from like some really good television shows. There's your staples that are always around, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, always great. Yeah, always great. The Office, you know,
I sort of fell off of Sunny though. Like it is still great. It's just a matter of just like I don't take the time to watch it anymore the way I used to religiously like be obsessed with it when it came out.
Oh yeah. No, I'm still obsessed.
Are you?
I still watch it so much.
I love it.
Like I watch it. It's one of the shows that I cycle through from front to back when I'm done watching something else. Right now I'm on King of the Hill.
Yeah, it's a good
back in season 5. I love this show so much. Man, there's so much. It made me realize. First of all, I noticed. You know Toby from The Office. His name is Paul Lieberstein.
Yeah.
In real life, he was one of the main writers.
Oh wow! I did not know that. That's crazy.
Recently in this watch through, ever since then, I realized who Toby was and realized that he wrote a lot of The Office episodes also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the writer for like, I'd say a good like 70%.
That's awesome.
He comes from a writing background and he wrote on King of the Hill, which is amazing because there is a lot of the same humor in King of the Hill that you would see in The Office. Because
I can see that.
It's so like light and accessible, but it goes dark places sometimes.
Yeah.
It takes those turns that you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. But then it comes back out. And
I haven't watched King of the Hill in a long time.
Man, the Manger Babies.
The Manger Babies?
You don't remember the Manger Babies?
I don't remember the Manger Babies.
Man, Luann started her own puppets. And she did the puppet show, and it was called the Manger Babies.
I've probably not seen most of.
Tom Petty plays Lucky. Tom Petty was the boyfriend later on.
I bet you I've only seen scatterings throughout time of King of the Hill.
Best animated series ever. My opinion.
I'll have to see it. I'd have to see it to have an argument against it, but I would venture to say,
if I were asked right now, like from
my favorite,
what my favorite animated series is, King of the Hill definitely is it, because it reminded me. Yesterday.
I mean, does anime count?
No, because it's a whole different genre.
Okay.
Things like The Simpsons and
my favorite's
South
Archer.
Park and like Archer. See, that counts. Yeah, that's animated.
Yeah,
that is really, really good.
Archer is
really good.
Incredible.
So is Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is incredible too.
And Adventure Time is amazing.
Regular Show
is fantastic.
Man, it's really good.
I will always watch. Okay, I'm gonna get positioned. The kid. Oh, I don't want to say that. The kid loves to watch Regular Show and now some of these old school. We'll call them old school cartoons.
Old school?
How funny is that? Because they're not.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, to us, they're not. But they're old enough that like they're a couple years. So to anyone that is it a Zennial now? Is it like what are the youth called now? Like
I don't know.
We're generation.
What are the generations
X.
now?
I think it's.
What are these guys called?
I think it is Zennials.
Latest.
I really think it is. It's
generation.
I'm pretty sure.
Me typing in what's the name of the latest generation is the most old.
Oh yeah. That is the oldest
ever.
thing you could possibly do when.
What is the new generation? Generation Alpha. Meet the mini millennials. Generation Alpha. Born between 2011 and 2025.
Yuck.
Generation Alpha?
Oh, no. Because that definitely, that definitely means the next generation is Generation Beta. Do you see the problem with that? Like, there's going to be a bunch of people who are just considered... That's weird. I don't know.
Alpha's good though.
Yeah. Oh, right now they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But next time they're fucked.
Beta.
Right now they're fine.
Yeah.
They're good.
Well,
Like,
beta has a lot of problems with
Alpha.
it at first, usually too.
Okay.
If I know.
That's true.
There's usually a lot of problems with betas for a while.
That is true.
And then the next one will be
Omega?
no, it would be like Zeta or something like that.
Oh, that's right there.
There's lots of letters to that old Greek alphabet.
That's true. I forget all of them except for alpha and beta
And Omega.
and omega.
Alpha to Omega. Beginning to end.
Beginning to end, yeah, because that's the end of the if you were to look at the alphabet.
But the end is also the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you think about
the infinity? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get to
the event horizon?
The tractor supply.
What about it?
We'll put these up.
Okay.
Here on
I'm
the
going to put them
screen.
up there.
Hey, guy.
Wait, this is another. Is this the same tractor supply place?
No.
You think?
No, this is new.
Okay.
This is new. This is new. This was
no. I
3
mean
days
the
ago.
same. Do you think it's from the same tractor supply store?
Oh.
As Buck.
Ooh.
Could be.
It could be. Oh, dude. Do you think he? Okay. This could be Buck maybe giving a call back.
If you don't remember, Buck was on a previous episode.
In a previous episode, we
here.
spoke about Buck. He was
at a
for
tractor
some,
supply as well.
Fence posts.
Yeah, fence posts. Someone did.
He was looking for fence posts, and you had them.
You had the fence posts. You
had
said,
them.
and I'm just looking for them.
And I'm looking for them.
Okay, go ahead. What's this one?
Hey, guy. You came out with candy and went back and turned and looked at me. As I was looking at you, it was Saturday afternoon. Such poetry in this one, man. I gave you my number once before, period. Basically, he saw a guy and wrote poetry about him. I saw you.
Hey, guy.
And we talked before.
Hey, guy.
But we need to do
Hey, guy,
this
you came out with
connections.
candy and went back and turned and looked at me as I was looking at you. It was Saturday afternoon. I gave you my number once before.
But he didn't call. So what does that tell
This is a secret message to
bud.
someone. This is like coded.
Hey, he didn't call you back. What I think that might mean, he didn't call you. He just wasn't that into you. And I'm sorry. That's not advice that anyone's asking me, but I'm just saying he didn't call you last time you gave him the number. Or
It's code.
it's code.
It's got to be code. It's either code or this person has never written or said things before.
That's true. This is definitely.
It doesn't make
this
any
came.
sense.
This is directly out of a poetry class.
It's a
Hey,
haiku.
guy, you came out with candy and went back and
Hey,
turned
guy.
and looked at me. As I was looking at you.
Hey, guy.
It was Saturday afternoon. Hey, guy. Yeah, that could be how he sounds.
Yeah, that probably is.
This happened in Ingalls right here.
Ingalls. You don't see too many Ingalls
Last
anymore.
Thursday, yeah. Afternoon. You had dark hair, thin build, and just entered the store. I am tall. That's so cocky. That is so cocky.
I mean, that's not
I'm
cocky.
tall.
It's like a
I'm tall. Okay,
It's
never
a
mind.
measurement.
Never mind. Bald on top.
no.
He
See,
wasn't
look
being
at him.
cocky.
He's keeping it real.
Okay, I'm tall, bald on top.
You're
And
just
stop to
describing
check my
yourself.
receipt
Maybe you're just
before
jealous
leaving.
about him being tall. Maybe it's your insecurities about your
I'm
height
not tall.
affecting what you think this person's doing. Go ahead, though. Finish.
Oh my God. You smiled at me, walked past Starbucks, then turned and smiled again. She smiled again back to him.
Okay.
If you ever do it again, I'll stalk you through the store until I get a kiss.
Ooh.
Is how he decides to end this message to a
That-
girl he's trying to be genuinely sweet to, and then he just says, but I'll stalk you.
That turned dark.
It did. He could have left it at haven't
That turned weird.
been
Yeah.
looked at or smiled like that in years. You could have left off, if you ever do it again, I'll stalk you through the store until I get a kiss. That is nothing but creepy.
That's super creepy. That's
If-
that. You
if
know,
you're
that,
this girl,
the kind of people
Paul-
that post on here, I think, are the people that probably shouldn't approach people and talk to them. Like you, they probably shouldn't. Like if you're having to go in
it's good
here,
that he made this public record. It's good he made this public record because now when she goes back to the store, hopefully nothing will
that's creepy.
ever
Yeah,
happen.
that's
But if anything were to ever happen, they have somewhere to look.
that's crazy.
And I'll be the first to say, hey guys,
That's right down from you, probably. That's
that's
close.
That's crazy. This one's called, okay, see, just what you just said. Don't hit on people in public. Mm-hmm. This one is at a gym.
Oh, never.
If you're a guy,
never.
I think it's a rule.
Never.
If you're a guy, don't hit on a woman at a gym, period. Because that is just next level. No. Saw you again this morning. You were in the squat rack wearing a black t-shirt and gray sweatpants. I'll say hi to you next time I see you. It's a warning or a threat. It's one or the other.
I would honestly rather someone
say hi to you next time I see you.
I would rather someone put that on there as opposed to actually talking to me while I'm at the gym.
Saying I'll stop. Well, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Because
maybe you put it on there because you know you can't ask somebody out of the gym.
Can't.
That's just you can't do it.
The rule of the gym is that you just can't.
No, it's like Switzerland. It's a neutral area.
Absolutely.
It needs to be neutral.
Everyone is there for their personal betterment. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
PSA, about gyms.
Immediately.
Immediately. Already know that, but
uncomfortable if someone brings I don't want. Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
Yeah. Not allowed.
Yeah.
Vetoed.
Maybe pass a note.
Yeah,
but even then,
stuff. Yeah,
even if
creepy.
it's like if it's unwanted, and then you both got to go and sit across each other on elliptical machines, and it's just don't
You're
do it.
still gonna
Just
see
don't.
that person. It's like it's like if you live in the same building as someone, that's one of those tough calls where it's like
you better be sure.
You see them every day.
You really can't be sure, but you
can
better think you're sure.
Yes, you better.
Yeah.
You better think. Damn
you better
sure.
think you're sure
about it.
You
better think damn sure.
You better convince me that you're sure.
Think damn sure. That's it. Maryville Walmart.
This is good.
Walmart. Walmart always brings us the best of stories.
And Maryville, I can't even imagine what it's going to be.
You liked my outfit and had a red car, but asked what kind of dog you had.
That counts as a voice.
It ends in exclamation point.
I can't even understand what you said.
You liked my outfit and had a red car. ... But asked what kind of dog you had. Exclamation point.
You sound like Chris Tucker when you said it.
And you know this.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Yeah. I still don't understand.
No, try to decipher it. I mean,
you liked my outfit.
You liked my
outfit.
And
had a red car.
You had a red car. What kind of dog?
And it's got an exclamation point. But asked what kind of dog you had.
He asked her, you think?
He said the dog you had. Unless she is asking what kind of dog she has. Excuse me, sir, what kind of dog do I have? This is a quiz.
Sir, I just got this dog and I don't know what it is and I really need your help.
I have no idea.
Can you identify it?
Tell me what it is.
It is a female.
Man, that's a parakeet, ma'am.
Ooh. Wrong animal altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That one I just pulled because it was just actually weird.
That is weird.
Black Jeep, blue shirt, Thursday at Walmart.
Might have been me. I went to Walmart though.
There it is again, man. I saw you at about 2:30 yesterday. Clocked it. Broad shoulders, big arms. Contact me. I'd like to make you happy for a while.
Do they have broad shoulders and big arms, or are they talking about the person they saw?
Statement was, I saw you at about 2:30 yesterday. Broad shoulders, big arms. Contact me. I'd like to make you happy for a while. Is very cryptic. Most likely has to be code for something, or is
I think there's a secret unknown language that
to Craigslist that we don't get.
I think there's it's like the Da Vinci Code, except it's something else.
Yeah,
it's
definitely something else because I
think that there is an ancient lore and knowledge.
There's a cipher that
I don't want to know
out there that will then break down what this actually says.
Yeah, there's a cipher for sure.
I saw you at about 2:30 yesterday. Broad shoulders, big arms, exclamation point. Again,
see 2:30.
Contact.
It's obviously a dentist.
That's true. Yep. Okay.
Okay,
Walmart, narrowing it down.
Yeah. 2:30.
Yeah, I know. That's
2:30.
Oh, tooth.
It's why it's a dentist.
Oh my God, dude, you are breaking Okay. Mm-hmm. Saw you at the dentist yesterday. Then broad shoulders.
No, he is a dentist. That's his code name, the dentist.
Done. Solved.
So if we had the cipher, we could probably figure out what's going on.
Which dentist he is.
This might be Illuminati. I don't know.
That was a pretty good
Some
one.
people.
That was a pretty good
Some people think.
Some
people say.
You took that deeper than I thought would even be possible.
I could go deeper.
Literally just like...
Sometimes I wonder if they're bots. They write like bots.
Going and just saying things about that are physical and brand like characteristics of like the things that were existing in that moment for them. But I think it is a bot that just generates.
I wish there was like a way we could like see comparisons and have a game that was like bot or brain dead. Like, is this a bot or is this an actual person that just can't socialize?
That's true. I mean, there's...
Because it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. Like some of those, I would say...
Because they have periods after everything.
AI could have written this.
That's true.
LaMDA could make a much better...
Yes. Because that exclamation
to someone
mark
on
at
there.
the end of a sentence didn't make any sense at all. So what was that for?
So if LaMDA's not conscious, are these people conscious?
No.
Do you believe that some of humans are not sentient enough?
Maybe Craigslist. Oh, you just took it to the next level. Craigslist Misconnections is its own algorithm that writes itself.
Could be.
It's not real. It writes itself per where it's at and whatever website you get on. It just throws together a bunch of random codes and messages. That's why there are misconnections in every city. Like no matter how much you've never heard of it before. Like
we got to the bottom of it.
We
cracked the case.
Cracked the case.
Where's our card? You do a lot of finger gunning.
I don't even mean. Oh yeah, there's the cards. I gotta get them.
You're like a wide earp of the finger gun. You're like the wide earp of how you doings.
The wide earp of how you doings.
You're the wide earp of howdy doos.
Howdy doodies.
That's gonna be an album title.
I'm the wide herb of howdy doodies.
You do it today. I feel like I've got bad mojo. Anyways, I don't want to put my. I don't want to put
bad mojo on it.
I don't want to put my stink on it.
Okay, that's cool. What's let's talk about that. What
I know. I don't know. I just
what's stanking on you?
It's like one of those days where you just like some days where you feel like I am completely myself today. Mm-hmm. Like I've got access to all these different parts of myself, and then some days I'm like I'm not firing. I can't access things that I want to access within me.
Fair.
You know, I don't know how to explain it. There's nothing wrong.
You just feel out of your element.
Just like not firing on all cylinders, maybe.
I get that feeling.
I've got the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Oh my God. That is like one of the worst things ever.
Well, now we know... the tower inverted.
I should have used my mojo.
That right there.
You just punished us to death.
Inverted. That's
that's
really bad.
Hopefully, well, I know the tower is usually like the dreaded card. Like no cards are bad. I'll say that. No cards are bad. They are what they are. But inverted.
What are you gonna read? Because just so folks can see the detail and definition, I'm going to shoot this card so they can see the imagery while you read it. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. So good.
Let's see. Upright tower. That's not what we have. Reverse tower. When you get the tower card reversed, you can feel some crisis looming along the horizon, and you are struggling as much as you can to try and avoid its manifestation. What you have not realized is that these breakdowns can be beneficial in breaking down your reliance on something that is false. The tower is built on faulty foundations, and it must fall. Though the destruction will be painful, the humbleness resulting from it can bring us peace. What you relied on will no longer be there for you. Do not take this as a drastic and depressing change. It is time for you to become more self-reliant.
Man, that is it's a bad card.
It's not a bad card.
It's not. It can mean...
It's a card of change.
It can mean it's a card of change, and it can mean a lot of change in the negative, but also in the positive, because negatives can spin back around to be positives.
By the laws of nature, they probably should.
They should.
Yeah. So if anything, I think that's more
it's new
so
transformation.
I think inverted, like we have it, is more of like, hey, just make sure not to
tread lightly.
I think it's saying don't hold back, like let it fall. Like I think you were like
you think
not
it's give into it.
Yeah, give into the fall of whatever, because something needs to you need to rebuild something.
Yeah.
You need to not use whatever you're using as your crutch anymore.
Yeah. Man. Deep.
It's good, but it's a positive outlook. Yeah. Like everything that's beautiful is born, you know? Like it's got it. Most wonderful things come from something painful. So
absolutely.
It's like stretching out life a little bit. Like, I got to feel this kind of crappy before I can feel this much better.
Life is suffering, as the Buddha once said. And I don't know if there's a best way other than that to close a show. Life is suffering.
Hey guys,
we leave you with that.
Thanks for checking us out. So much. Remember, life is suffering.
Hey, everything sucks, and everything sucks. Like everything in your life probably is falling apart, and everything sucks, and life is suffering. Yeah. But hey, thanks for joining us.
Hey, just want to tell you, hey, fuck it all. Just let it crash and burn. We'll all be better for it.
That's very true.
See you next time. That is impressive. It's like one of the worst.
That is the worst.
I've never had a tower pull before.
Oh, man, I haven't either.